Join me as I dive into Pastor John Gray's life and see if I can uncover the shocking truth behind his journey at 52. Pastor John Gray has been a prominent figure in the Christian community for years, known for his powerful sermons and leadership at Higher Rock Cathedral. Recently, he's been making headlines for some surprising revelations. At 52, he's finally opening up about his life, struggles, and the truth behind his journey. This is a story you won't want to miss. Imagine a pastor standing before thousands, not preaching a sermon of hope, but calling out the very system he once stood with. Pastor John Gray has just shaken the foundations of the mega-church world, boldly naming the issues, the hypocrisy, and even hinting at big names like Bishop T.D. Jakes and Geno Jennings. The question is, are these pastors being directly targeted? Or is this a wake-up call that the church world was never prepared to face? Stay with me because what you're about to hear is sending shockwaves across the Christian community. When Pastor John Gray speaks, people listen. But this time, it wasn't a sermon filled with comforting words or uplifting encouragement. Instead, it was a bold and unapologetic message directed at the heart of the mega-church system. For years, John Gray has walked the line between celebrity pastor and servant of the gospel. But now he is stepping out and making statements that could change how we view modern-day ministry forever. In this video, we are diving deep into exactly what Pastor Gray said, why his comments are shaking up the church world, and whether pastors like Bishop T.D. Jakes and Geno Jennings are the hidden targets of his bold words. You will hear about the underlying tensions between mega-church leaders, the unspoken rivalries, and the scandals that have been whispered about for years. And here is where it gets interesting. This is not just about one man speaking his mind. It is about a movement, a shift, a growing demand for accountability in churches that are more like corporations than places of worship. What did John Gray really mean with his call-out? Who is he pointing the finger at? And why? Now when so much is already under scrutiny in the world of faith, leadership? Stay tuned because by the end of this video, you will not only know the details of John Gray's message, but you will also see how it connects to some of the biggest names in American Christianity. Trust me, you will not want to miss what comes next. The moment was raw. Pastor John Gray did not sugarcoat his words, nor did he hide behind vague spiritual metaphors. Instead, he stood firmly and declared that too many churches, especially large mega-churches, have lost sight of their original purpose. He described a system where pastors have become celebrities, where the pulpit is treated like a stage, and where congregations are often left spiritually malnourished, while leaders enjoy wealth, status, and power. This was not the first time Pastor Gray had been outspoken, but this time felt different. His tone was sharper, his words heavier, and his message carried the weight of someone who had seen enough from behind the curtain of church politics. Remember, John Gray is not an outsider criticizing the church from a distance. He has been in the very rooms where the biggest names in ministry gather. He has shared platforms with world-renowned pastors. He has seen how the system works from the inside. In his statement, he pointed out how pastors have become more focused on building empires than shepherding people. Being in the public eye can be tough, and Pastor Gray has faced his fair share of challenges and controversies over the years. There have been whispers about his lavish lifestyle and the luxurious church he built. Critics have accused him of being more focused on wealth and fame than on serving the Lord. These rumors have undoubtedly taken a toll on his reputation and personal life. Despite his success, Pastor Gray has struggled with feelings of isolation and loneliness. He's had to deal with the pressure of living up to his public image, all while navigating the complexities of his personal life. His relationships have been scrutinized, and he's faced backlash from both his congregation and the wider community. The tension between his public persona and private struggles has been a heavy burden to carry. It's clear that Pastor Gray has been searching for a way to reconcile his faith with his humanity. His journey has been far from easy, but it's one that's ultimately led him to a place of greater authenticity and vulnerability. As he approaches 52, Pastor Gray's reflections on his life and ministry have become more introspective. He's begun to share more openly about his struggles and the lessons he's learned along the way. His message is one of hope and redemption, encouraging others to be honest about their own struggles and to seek help when needed. Pastor Gray's journey has been marked by experiences that have shaped him into the person he is today. His decisions, both good and bad, have had a lasting impact on his life and ministry. He's learned valuable lessons about leadership, faith, and the importance of staying true to oneself. At 52, Pastor Gray has finally disclosed a shocking truth that's left many in the Christian community stunned. He shared intimate details about his personal struggles, including his battles with mental health and the pressures of being a high-profile pastor. This revelation has sparked a mix of reactions, from shock and disappointment to understanding and support. The implications of Pastor Gray's revelations are far-reaching, and they have significant implications for his followers and the broader community. His willingness to be vulnerable and honest has inspired many to re-examine their own faith and to prioritize authenticity. In sharing his story, Pastor Gray is hoping to help others who may be struggling in silence. His message is one of hope and healing, and it's a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is always a way forward. As we reflect on Pastor Gray's journey and the shocking truth he's revealed, it's clear that this is a story that will continue to resonate with many. If you have any thoughts on Pastor Gray's revelations, I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content and check out my previous video on Pastor Gray's rise to fame. Thanks for the watching and subscribes.